Hey guys, hope you're all having a good day today. This is Citizen Rebuilds. It's been a while since I posted another video. I apologize for that. I've been a little bit busy, but the NBA's coming back, as we all know, man, and I'm super psyched that it's coming back. Now, there are other people like Kyrie Irving who are trying to get it to stop, but overall, I'm just super psyched at all that there's a chance that the season can be salvaged. Now, there are 22 teams headed to Orlando for the remaining 8 regular season games until they dive into the playoffs. And on top of all of this, there is a chance that there can be a champion this season, and it could be LeBron, it could be Giannis, it could be anybody. I'm just glad that it's going to be somebody, hopefully. So today what I'm looking into is, what if there weren't 8 regular season games, and what if they dived straight into playoffs right now? Now let me explain this, but before I explain it, please make sure to leave a like. It always helps and it's greatly appreciated. So far, whoever watches this video, you guys are the best, and hopefully I can grow this channel. So thank you very much. Okay, so here we go. So I have seeded everything from 1 to 8. I will go in depth on points per game of certain players and who I think will go on to the next round. But I've also looked into some of the possible 8 seeds that could jump up into that spot. So I'm not looking at any of the teams that could jump up during the 8 remaining regular season games, unless they're an 8 seed. Wizards fans, I'm sorry, you didn't make the cut. Specifically, the only teams that could be the 8 seeds that I will discuss are the Trailblazers and Pelicans, and maybe the Kings. We'll see. So I'm going to start in the Eastern Conference and then move to the Western Conference first round, and then go back to the East for the second round, and then the West, and so forth. So let's dive in. Hope you guys are psyched. So in the East, in the first round, we have the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Orlando Magic. Now in this bracket, I barely had any sweeps at all. I purely looked at every team's statistics and how they were doing right before the COVID-19 breakout. So, with that being said, I had the Bucks sweeping the Orlando Magic in the first round. It's not like the Orlando Magic are a bad team, but as we know, Giannis Antetokounmpo has not only been an MVP caliber player, but he has been improved, and he has been showing it to the rest of his teammates and to the rest of the world, putting up insane statistics. And with this team being almost guaranteed as one of the teams to win the NBA Finals, though, we'll get down the line about that one. They are certainly able to sweep a team like the Orlando Magic, and that is why the Magic got swept in 4 games. Next up in the Eastern Conference, we have the Raptors versus the Nets, 2 seed versus 7 seed. I had the Raptors also sweeping the Brooklyn Nets in this one, and had I taken consideration of the 8 playoff games, I may have even thought about moving the Nets to the 8 seed instead of the 7 seed. Without Kyrie and Kevin Durant playing, which has been confirmed, the Brooklyn Nets are basically in the wrong place at the wrong time currently. They're not getting a lottery pick, which, do they have their pick? I don't know. Leave it in the comments if they have their pick. But with the Raptors improving over the past season, with Kyle Lowry being an all-star and then Pascal Siakam being most improved last year, and then improving even more, the Raptors are all of a sudden, with other players like OG Anunoby and Norman Powell, favorites to move past the first round. Sorry, my dog was barking. That was so weird. I mean, it's not my dog, it's my neighbor's dog. That was so weird. Clawing at the door. Anyways, my bad. Let's get right back to where we were. Alright, next up, we have a very fun potential series in which I am kind of scared for, because I'm a Philadelphia 76er fan. Well, hold on, let me just get into it. So at the 3 seed, we have the Boston Celtics, and at the 6 seed, we have the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, in reality, this could be a very interesting series. First off, with the combination of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Kemba Walker, all averaging a combined 67.1 points per game with all 3 of their points combined. This 3-headed scoring machine is dangerous to any team in the Eastern Conference, and technically, in my opinion, they could even be the favorites to make it to the NBA Finals over the Milwaukee Bucks, which may be a bit of an overstatement. You can see it either ways. It all depends on whether they'll come back different or the same, for better or for worse. The explosion of Jason Tatum and then Kemba Walker coming to Boston. Wait, you guys can't, hold on. Wait, there she is, look at that. Kemba Walker jersey hanging right up next to Joel Embiid jersey. Wouldn't that be ironic? Don't mind the Isaiah Thomas poster. Because of how different it could be if Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons were together in this series, I had it go to a Game 7. In my opinion, since I am a Philadelphia 76er fan, the Sixers could win in 7, but I chose the Boston Celtics to win in 7 games. And then last in the first round, in the Eastern Conference, we have the Miami Heat, who are the 4th seed, taking on the Indiana Pacers as the 5 seed. Now, I was a little bit generous with this one, and I decided that the Indiana Pacers could have a chance. In my opinion, they don't really have a chance. They have Victor Oladipo, who came back. They have Malcolm Brogdon. They have Miles Turner, Sabonis. But in my opinion, the Miami Heat are a much better team than them. So I had the Heat winning 4-2, but I also could think it could be 4-1. I just wanted to give the Indiana Pacers a chance. Moving over to the Western Conference, we have the LA Lakers as the 1 seed taking on the 8th-seeded Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies have shocked everybody as being one of the most extremely surprising teams of the entire season, with John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Brandon Clark starring with the season for Memphis. They have taken the league by storm and made it to the 8th seed when in reality they were supposed to be a projected top lottery team this upcoming year. However, in this scenario, if the Lakers do take on the Memphis Grizzlies, I have no doubt that the Lakers could destroy them. But I'm going to give the Grizzlies credit. I said that the Lakers would win 4-1. Here's where I'm going to dive in though for some other potential 8 seed, 1 seed matchups for the Lakers. Now, I thought this one was very interesting. Should the Portland Trailblazers make it to the 8th seed, which I'm actually kind of excited for and hope happens, then, in that case, I think we have ourselves a series. The injured Portland Trailblazers have had a really rocky season, but throughout, Damian Lillard has proved that he could be an MVP caliber player and take this team even towards the playoffs, as they came back from, I think the 12th seed? With CJ McCollum healthy, Damian Lillard healthy, and then getting back Nurkic alongside Whiteside, Rodney Hood, and Carmelo Anthony, this team in my eyes could actually give a Laker team a run for their money. So many tongue twisters. Oh. I remember watching a game with the Lakers versus Trailblazers actually this year, and though the Lakers won, I think twice, the Trailblazers beat them in a game. I think that was the game right after Kobe died, and I was kind of depressed because I was like, please just let the Lakers win for this. And of course, that game, the Blazers were just like, heck no. In this situation, I said that the Lakers would win 4-2, which may not seem like it's a bit of a matchup, but considering the other teams where I had the Pelicans getting swept, the Kings getting swept, the Spurs getting definitely swept without LaMarcus Aldridge, and the Phoenix Suns getting swept, I gave them a bit of a chance against the LA Lakers. Next up, we have the Clippers taking on the Dallas Mavericks, and this series could potentially be an extremely good one. Although there have been recent reports that Luka Doncic is not fit and not ready for the upcoming NBA restart, I believe that if he can get back to shape, or if that's just BS the entire time, him and Kristaps could potentially take on this LA Clippers team. Now, I haven't honestly been a fan of the Clippers from the start just because of Kawhi's load management and Paul George's injuries. Though they have a great team, they will be challenged through these playoffs, and they may not even get very far, especially in my predictions. However, being fair, you can take it how you want. I gave the Clippers credit and said that they will be leading the Mavericks 4-2, simply because if everybody is healthy, then the Clippers should, on paper at least, defeat this Dallas Mavericks team. But I wouldn't be surprised if it went to 7. Anyways, moving on. The 3-seeded Denver Nuggets against the 6-seeded Houston Rockets. And we have our first upset of the night. Well, night, whenever you watch this video. Finally got that glare out of my eyes. Jeez. Hey, y'all watch baseball? Go Dodgers. Anyways, getting back to the standings. I have the Houston Rockets taking down the Denver Nuggets in the first round. And I know many of you may be like, oh my gosh, another Denver Nugget upset. Haven't we seen enough? No. At least in this prediction, no. And I have some reasons as to why. First off, this small ball team has been dominant since they started the whole small ball thing, except against the Hornets. Yeah, we got that. See Marvin? I think Marvin was gone though at that point, so never mind. With James Harden currently averaging 34.4 points per game with 7.4 assists, and then Russell Westbrook averaging 27.5 points per game with 7 assists and 8 rebounds. This is a dynamic duo that nobody wants to mess with, and I extremely believe that they are an underrated playoff team that could make it far. Now, if it were against the Lakers or the Clippers in this sense, I would be thinking otherwise. But against the Denver Nuggets team, they may have a slimmed down Jokic, but we don't even know how that's going to work out. What if he can't bully himself into the paint as well as he did anymore? What if he's more injury prone now that he's skinny? He's lost 50 pounds. So we don't know. Gary Harris hasn't been very good. We don't know how Paul Millsap's doing. We don't know how Jamal Murray's doing. Like, these things are very critical, and because of that, I think that the Rockets can make a run for their money. For sure, I have them winning in 7. Last, in the Western Conference first round, we have the Utah Jazz taking on the OKC Thunder. And in this one, I give the Utah Jazz credit, though Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert have kind of been separated due to all this COVID stuff. I feel like the Jazz will figure it out. They will take care of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I had them winning 4-2. Back to the Eastern Conference, we now have the 1-seeded Milwaukee Bucks going against the Miami Heat. And in this series, though it could be topsy-turvy, I have the Bucks coming out on top 4-1. Although the Heat are a strong team, I strongly feel like they are no match for the Milwaukee Bucks. And this, to me, was very easy, 4-1. It could go to 6. It maybe might go to 7. But I highly doubt it considering how elite this Bucks team is and how much they're making a run for the championship. On the other side, we now have the Boston Celtics taking on the Toronto Raptors. And though the Toronto Raptors have been super solid this year with surprises like Norman Powell and even more of Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Terrence Davis, even Kyle Lowry himself, and Serge, even though all of that, I am taking the Celtics over the Raptors 4-2. I hope you guys can agree. Though this Raptors team is very good, I feel like the Celtics, if they are healthy and if they play like they did before the coronavirus, the Celtics should definitely win this series. Go Kemba. Oh, wait. Yeah. Western Conference now, we have the Lakers taking on the Utah Jazz. And in this series, I have the Lakers taking a 4-1 lead over the Utah Jazz. Now you may be asking me, no, why didn't you make it a 4-0 sweep? I like to give teams a chance. The Utah Jazz, if they figure it out, they could take a game against the LA Lakers. I know they're capable of it. They are a good team, and because of that, I have the Lakers winning 4-1. Now, it could even go to 6, but I feel like if LeBron plays right, there are no injuries, and AD plays well, and the rest of the team, including Dion Waiters, if they all step up and play their part, then they can definitely win 4-1. I forgot to mention a big factor, actually. Going back to the Bucks against the Heat, when I said the Bucks would win 4-1, there has been talk of the Miami Heat looking into signing DeMarcus Cousins. If this happens, and call me crazy because Boogie's been injured so many times, if DeMarcus Cousins gets signed by the Heat, it will be a 7-game series. I'm crazy. I know. I'm crazy. It will be a 7-game series. And I'm not even saying the Bucks are going to win. I feel like DeMarcus Cousins is extremely underrated now, and he deserves more credit than he gets. But this is only if he stays healthy. Only. And only if he goes to Miami. So, just a note. And also, in that case, if the Heat were to beat the Bucks in any extreme scenario and go against the Celtics, I would still have the Celtics winning, I think, in 6. Anyways, now we have the Rockets going against the LA Clippers, and you're about to be so angry at me, but I have the Rockets beating the Clippers in 7. In my opinion, if this matchup does happen, it will be a very close series. Although the Clippers are very good at defense, the Rockets are very good at offense, and it will just be a duel of offense versus defense. It all depends on who can stay healthy and who won't. And I feel like if the Rockets can figure it out, they will win and come on top of this series. Perhaps I'm crazy, perhaps I'm wrong, but I'm giving the Rockets a chance. I have them going to the Western Conference Finals. 4 teams remaining. We're going back to the Eastern Conference, and now we have the Bucks taking on the Celtics. And now I have the Bucks taking on the Celtics 4-2, and they will proceed to the NBA Finals in my predictions. This Bucks team against the Celtics team, I strongly feel like if they are in their right groove and in their right minds, they will make it to the NBA Finals over the Boston Celtics. Though the Celtics may be able to shoot, shooting is always unpredictable, and with somebody as strong as Giannis, I feel like he is so desperate to get to the title that this will be the time that he does get there with his team. And I'm making the rest of the Bucks team garbage. That's the thing. They're helping him out a lot too. Chris Middleton, Eric Bledsoe, Brook Lopez, even Marvin Williams. Check out the Hornets jersey right there. That's right. Anyways, on the Western Conference, I have the Lakers taking on the Rockets. And this was really tough for me, honestly, because I feel like the Rockets versus Lakers could be interesting. It will be a lot more different than the Clippers versus Rockets because the Lakers have some holes to fill for sure with their shooting. People like Dion Waiters are an if, and hopefully they'll come around in the playoffs, but Dion Waiters hasn't been in the playoffs for a good while, so you don't even know. And Danny Green, maybe he'll come around, maybe he won't. He hasn't been super great for them this season, shooting from 3 at least. But let me rephrase that, as good as they hope. Yeah, that's better. I have the Lakers winning this series 4-2. But I am not sure. If this matchup were to happen and Russ and Harden were to play good, it's a major if, and it'd definitely be a defining moment in LeBron's career, and definitely Anthony Davis' career. And now we have the NBA Finals, classic Lakers versus Bucks, and I say classic as in never happened basically before. Maybe it has happened. I don't know, it's been a while if it has happened. In this series, I have the Lakers winning 4-3 in 7. Although the Milwaukee Bucks are extremely good and extremely talented, I feel like this is LeBron's year, and I'm saying that because I like LeBron and I really want him to win a championship again. I really do. Kevin Durant's taken away too many of them already as it is. Okay, calm down. It's okay. I just get worked up over Kevin Durant sometimes. I feel like if everybody plays and everybody stays healthy, this Lakers team can take over this Milwaukee Bucks team, and I feel like it'd be a defining moment for LeBron's career as he would be back in the finals, back doing his thing, and he would not mess it up. I mean, I was looking at LeBron's stats from when they were down 3-0 in the finals against the Warriors, like 2 years ago. The dude was dropping like almost a 37-point triple-double in those 3 games. Like, I don't care if he's 35 or if he's 40 or 55. The dude has proved that he can average the most assists in the NBA at 35 years old, in which basically Dwayne Wade retired. Was he younger? It doesn't matter right now. It goes aside my point. Now the Bucks could win. It could be the Bucks in 7. I feel like it will go to 7, maybe 6. I hope the Lakers come out on top. I'm not throwing any shade to Milwaukee or anything. I just really want the Lakers to win in this scenario. And yeah, that's the standings and playoffs for me. Let me know if you guys think any different. Like, this stuff is super fun. I had fun with this, and like I said, these playoffs are not guaranteed, because 8 seeds can definitely change, and that's why in the West, that's why in the West I did different scenarios. And the seeding can change as well. I mean, I actually, as a Sixer fan, but I was looking at Philadelphia's roster, I saw how easy their roster is on paper, and I have the Sixers being the 5th seed, which means they would go up against the Miami Heat. And in that sense, if Simmons and Embiid do well, I actually have them taking over the Heat, which means they'd go up against the Bucks. And then that means the Pacers would go up against the Celtics, and it'd still be the same. I'd still have the Celtics beating the Pacers. Then you have iffy teams like the Jazz, the Thunder, the Rockets, who could move anytime. So, and right now the Rockets are the 6th seed, so them making it to the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference Finals. Man, I need to get my conferences down. Them making the Western Conference Finals is insanely ambitious, considering they're a 6th seed down on this paper. But I think that they can move up if they play their cards right in the 8 remaining games, and if everybody plays. Finally, to end the video, shout out to the 2K community for helping to inspire other people, including myself, who are making their own YouTube channels and continuing to post almost every day, or at least somebody. You see King of the Fourth Quarter, 6 Rings, Jidel, Crispy Flakes. All these guys are making their own like stuff. Even people like Click Productions are like inspiring us every day to keep moving forward. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just giving them a big shout out because, well, they deserve it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm going to keep doing this stuff. Hopefully I'll get to some 2K rebuilds. Sorry it's been so long. I've been really busy. It may be really hard to believe that because of the whole pandemic, but I really have. Summer has started for me, and I've got a job now. So I'm going to be trying to do these as much as possible. Also, you guys didn't know this. I live in a family of 6, so getting these videos in is really hard without distractions. So bear with me if it takes a long time to upload another one. But anyways, that's all from me, guys. Take care. Out.